What's going on, everybody? We are back, the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka The Whip Show. It is time for a very special segment. And we are right here, as you know, on 106.1 FM WAKT, Toledo's community radio station. It's Wrestlemania season. So I had to bring my guys in. But this time, I didn't just bring the Whip Show crew. I had to talk to some of the top wrestling podcasters in the world. I know I'm making it real big, so y'all boys better be ready. But with that being said, right now, I have, well, you know what? I'm going to let them boys introduce themselves. Bob, go ahead and start off, man.
Well, Whip, thanks for having me. I'm not worthy. I heard you had a lot of the best podcasters in the world coming on. I guess they canceled because I'm here. But thank you, Whip, for having me, man. Rob Williams, editor-in-chief of BCP Plus, and I'll be seeing Whip over at WrestleMania. Thanks for having me, bro.
Very true, man. Now, my other guy, go ahead and talk to him, bro.
My name is David Mitchell. I do my own personal podcast called Crash the Canvas, weekly on Facebook Live, coming pretty soon on YouTube and Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it now, all your streaming platforms, and diehard wrestling fan. And just like you guys, can't wait for Philly. I'll be there Friday.
Okay, you'll be there Friday, man. So you ready for action, right?
Oh, man, I'm ready to. I'm ready to go now, but I still got 2 days to work, Monday and Tuesday, or I'd already be gone.
I get it. Well, guys, it is time. I thought my guy Big Time was in here, but I don't see him, so we'll worry about him later. Well, guys, like I said, it's WrestleMania season. Mm-hmm. Now, I know you guys just talked about it. You're ready for WrestleMania, and I had to bring this round table on because we got to go. We got to get it started, man. So, the first match, I'm just going to go from David, you start, then Rob, you come second. First off, we got the man, Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. What do you think, man?
You know what? Hey, Rhea comes off as too much of a monster. They're pushing her like that. She's a modern day China, right? I don't see that stopping now, even though my wife is a Becky Lynch fan. She's just going to have to take a back seat to this one. I don't see Rhea losing anytime soon.
All right, so that's one for Rhea. Okay, now try to keep your own count. I'm going to tell you, I'm horrible with numbers. So I want to revisit this next week after WrestleMania, but like I said, I'm horrible with numbers, so try to remember your own count.
Yeah.
Rob, what you got, man?
I'm going to have to agree with David. I'm going to say Mommy stays on top because a big Becky Lynch fan over here. We've been a pro Becky show, man, since right around NXT time, and she's been killing it. Congrats on the book. I thought maybe with like the media going on with the book and everything surrounding the book, like that may play into the match. But that being said, just hearing the interviews with Becky right now, the press she's doing all the media right now. There's been some, reports of maybe her coming towards the end of her contract. What's she going to do moving forward? She's a super mom, super wife. I think she may be a little bit in that giving back to the business. I don't want to say stage in that career, but just where she is, she's done it all. Headlined WrestleMania, and surely I'm not saying, she's got so much left in the tank. I can't wait to see what's next for her. But at this point in time, at this juncture, I think she would be happy to pass that torch to Mommy.
See, I was going to go different. I actually was going to pick Big Time Bex, but I saw an interview she did about her book, and she made a comment about TNA. And I'm going to tell you, WWE is petty. They're very petty. And I don't know if you saw that comment. Well, with that being said, I think they're going to switch it up. I think Rhea keeps the title.
There we go.
Now, next, I want to go with that triple threat match. U.S. champion Logan Paul versus KO and Randy Orton. But who you got?
Oh, man. The triple threat is very interesting. I hate to be cliche here and say so-and-so doesn't need it, but none of them need it. I think Logan Paul right now, they're just going to keep it on him. He's keeping it warm for LA Knight. I'll keep it short and sweet. Going to be a great match, though.
I'm the same with that. I'm keeping it with Logan Paul. Dave?
You know what? Hey, he didn't come back for without a purpose, right? And if he's not in the world title picture, he needs some gold. He don't need it, but he wants it. I've got to go with St. Louis's own. I'm from Missouri. Show me state, born and bred. I got to go with Randy Orton.
Okay.
Randy Orton delivers on the big stage.
Okay. Next up, Seth Rollins, the architect. Seth freaking Rollins against the man that's been doing some of the best work of his career, Drew McIntyre, and I'm telling you, it's his time. He had his time before when there was no fans, but I'm going with Drew McIntyre. David, who you got?
I'm going with Drew, not only for the reasons you just stated, but one of the reasons you just stated, he brought that up Monday night, if you guys don't remember. He said, I carried this company when nobody was watching, right? And he did, I feel it's his time. Not only is it his time, but I think with Seth's injury and then his involvement with the main event, with the Cody Roman, I think it's a no-brainer that it's Drew McIntyre.
Sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me. And guys, we just got joined by Kyle from Knockouts at 3 Counts. Kyle, say what up right quick.
What up, though, man? Trying not to go postal in this joint.
For sure.
But
we on to the next one. So, Kyle, like I just let the guys know, we're just going to run some matches and then say who you got, man. You know what I'm saying? And just give me like a 60-second bird. But next up, and I'm going to start with you. Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
I think the Ring General keeps the title here. I think it'll be a good match, but I think Chad Gable's getting involved somehow. I think Chad Gable should have been added to this match somehow or another, because I always felt like him and Gunther might have been one of the best matches that he's had in this Intercontinental title reign. And after getting to interview him in Tampa, he made me want to see them fight again. So I think we see Chad Gable, but I think Gunther wins.
Okay. David, what you got?
I got Gunther too. I got Gunther for just about the same reasons, but also Gunther's not losing any time until at least Bash at Berlin. They're going to bring so much steam with him to that show, right? That who knows? He might walk out Bash at Berlin wearing a world title, not an Intercontinental title. But
talk that
I'm
talk.
with that.
Rob, what you think, man?
Oh, Samuel, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I think Sammy, man, just the unsung hero of this long-term storytelling years ago. He started it all. I mean, he didn't start it, but he helped revive it a lot with the Bloodline story and all that. Really the unsung hero. Even the Jackass match, that whole match, that really, I mean,
that was badass.
Amazing. He can take nothing and make it something. Unsung hero. That being said, I don't think he needs to win the Intercontinental Championship. I believe he's a former IC champion as well. That being said, Gunther stays on top for this one.
For sure. Oh, we got my boy Big Tom Rigo in here for the Whip Show. Rigo, who you got?
Gunther's gonna win it. Nobody's ready to take it yet. If anybody does take it, it's gonna be Braun Breaker, but that's months from now. WrestleMania, Gunther walks out.
I'm on the same path, man. You ain't beating Gunther yet. Gunther, the Ring General, has been doing this thing way too long. Sammy, sorry, this ain't your year again.
Chad Gable's the guy, bro.
Next up, Io Sky versus Bayley. Knockouts at 3 Counts. Kyle, start off with me, man.
I think Bayley's winning this one. I think Bayley's the right person to take the belt off her. No disrespect to Io, but low key, when you really think about it, Io's had the belt since SummerSlam at least, and that was back in August of last year. We're looking at almost 7-8 months as a title reign. I think Bayley going back as a baby face, she's going to be the big baby face for the company. I think Bayley wins the title. Now if she goes back full hugger mode, I don't know about that, but I think Bayley wins.
Okay, David, what you think, man?
After seeing some bikini photos of Bayley that she posted on Instagram.
What in the world I got to do with her winning, man?
Hold on. If that's not enough to change somebody's mind about Bayley, because I'm like Knockout, right? If she goes back into full hugger mode, hey, I'm past that, Bayley. That's like junior high Bayley. I need post-college Bayley, right? Which is what they're getting. And she checks off all the boxes. I think she's primed for a massive baby face run as champion. But at the same token, is she just going to be a placeholder until my girl Jade is ready? But I'm going to go with Bayley.
Okay. Rob?
I know it's not as fun when everyone agrees here, but I got to go Bayley as well here. A lot of long-term storytelling with this. I think this is also going to be a WrestleMania. And Io Sky, let me say, one of my favorites for a long time. Nothing taken away from her here, but I think this is a WrestleMania where we're going to kind of look back at the results and see a lot of those NXT black and gold stars be the focal point and the champions. And that includes Damian Priest. I'll leave that alone for now.
Okay. I'm going to go with Bayley as well. I think it's just too much shine on her right now. We're going to get that feel-good moment with her winning the championship. Big time. What you think?
I think this was supposed to be a bigger moment. I think this was all put together long-term to bring in Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Becky, bring back the 4 horsewomen of NXT. With Charlotte going down with injury, with Sasha signed with AEW, I think it's lost its steam. I can definitely see it going either way. If I had to pick one, because it's WrestleMania, Bayley's going to win it.
Okay. Now, guys,
I do want to add to this, because Bayley is not going to end up being one of those Royal Rumble winners that failed to win at Mania.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, guys, I want to go to this next one. Big match here. Phenomenal. AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yeah. Knockouts, 3 counts. Kyle, start off for me.
So it hurts me to say this because I'm an AJ guy. But with that being said, I think LA Knight needs to get him a WrestleMania 40 dub on this one. I don't think it hurts AJ at all if AJ loses. I think LA Knight needs this win more, so I'm going with LA Knight.
Okay.
Dummy.
Big time.
LA Knight is, I can't think of a rivalry right now of LA Knight since Bray Wyatt, and that's unfortunate. I know he's had, a few matches here and there with, the Fatal 4-Way Roman Reigns, but something long term, he hasn't had it yet. I think the storyline continues through WrestleMania. AJ Styles wins it though.
Okay. I'm going with LA Knight, man. I feel like they kind of softened him up a little bit. He's not with the rocket ship on him like he was at first. I think that was kind of by design by WWE. And if you listen to Busted Open Radio, I think sometimes LA Knight doesn't have that full confidence behind the scenes that he should have. But with that being said, he's still fire. You got to go with LA Knight, in my opinion. Rob?
And I will disagree with you respectfully, Whip. I'm going to go with a big time.
Get off my show. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, right. I'm used to that. I think it's going to be AJ, and I agree with a lot of things that you say, but LA Knight, I feel like he needs not necessarily the sympathy, but he needs the story. He needs the arc. He needs a journey instead of just being so popular and so big and the catchphrases and the in-ring work. I need to connect to him in some other way. And I think a win here at WrestleMania is very probable. In fact, maybe the smart money. But I'm going to go with AJ Styles. I want to see a build here for LA Knight, and I'm going to say the phenomenal one gets a big win here at WrestleMania.
For sure. Dave, talk to me, man.
Here, I'm going to show this first. AJ will tell you, this is the first action figure he ever signed, right?
Okay.
I've been an AJ Styles fan, the work. But, golly, you can't deny the dummy. Yeah, right? But here's what I'm going to call. That match is going to end in a double disqualification because they're going to fight it out there. This isn't the first, to me personally, this is just the first page of their book, right? So to speak. They're going to have more matches to come. I think, just like you said, LA Knight needs that, something to re-arc him back, right? I think this is a program with AJ Styles will be the one to do that. And I think that this match is going to end in a double disqualification, and they're going to run it back down the road.
That's the first one of those we got called today. Okay. And like I said before, guys, please remember what you picked, because I'm going to forget. But the next one is big. One of the big matches. Brother versus brother. Jimmy versus Jay. Rob, start off. What you think?
Ooh, I think the real win here for both of them is that they've wanted this match. Notably, except for recent years, like the Usos really haven't been a big part of WrestleMania. They've been pre-show. They've really been in the background until the recent years. This is what they've wanted. I don't think it matters who wins. I think Jay's got all the momentum in the world. That being said, I'm going to give it to Jimmy on this one. Maybe because the way things might go with the bloodline down the line. I'm just thinking this might be a night one match. I don't know if they've announced which night this is. I'm going to go Jimmy, oddly enough, on this one.
Okay. Okay, David, what you think?
You know what? I didn't grow up with any brothers, right? I'm the oldest child, only son. So I don't know what that rivalry would be like. But I got two sons, and I watched them go head to head constantly, right? And, me, I'm a small guy. I'm like the underdog. So I'm going to go with Jay on this one. Jay's got too much momentum for them to stop at WrestleMania. But I will say this, like you said, this is their dream. This is Jimmy and Jay's dream. I seen interviews with them when they asked them what they wanted, what their dream scenario would be, and they looked at each other and said, to fight him at WrestleMania.
Yep.
So there we go. They are living their dream. And if you're Rikishi, I mean, you got to be sitting back. Well, hold on, I ain't got the belly. You got to be sitting back like this, just giddy with pride, because you watched your two sons work for something, and now they get, it's going to be fulfilled and fulfilled in Philadelphia, no less.
I'm glad you brought up Rikishi, because I think Keisha's actually going to have something to do with this match, or somewhere during the weekend. I just believe Keisha finally will have something to do with it. But with that being said, Yeet, as much as I want it to be no Yeet, I definitely think it's going to be Yeet. I'm going with Jay. He's just on fire right now. But I think that's going to cause some friction with the bloodline later on that night or the following night or night two, because I do believe this probably be a night one match, just my opinion. Big time, what you think?
I think it is a night one match. I didn't mean to interrupt there.
Oh,
I'm going to pull up that while you're doing it. Go ahead.
Okay, big time, what you think?
Yeah, I do believe it's a night one match. If WWE follows tradition of these brother versus brothers at WrestleMania, the villain brother always wins. However, I think they're going to throw that out the window and not really focus so much on that. Jay Uso's been closing out Raw consistently, so I think, and he's my favorite right now. As a matter of fact, it's going to be Jay Uso main event. Jay Uso takes it.
Okay, Kyle, what you thinking, bro?
To interject right there,
Go ahead.
that is scheduled and stipulated for night two.
Well, it is night two. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Surprised about that.
We all know cards subject to change.
Very much so. Kyle, what you thinking?
To be honest, man, even night one, night two, my opinion really is the same on this one. Like, to me, Jay needs to win this. It needs to be Yeet, and people want to get involved and be on TV and be on the show over here, playing games, trying to record me and shit. But with that being said, I think it's going to be a Yeet WrestleMania, because I feel like, I don't know how, and I'm not going to give you a scenario, but I believe that this match is going to play into what we've got going on in the match with Cody and Roman, because remember, if things don't go well on night one, and I said this the other day on our show that I thought that it very well might not go well on night one, that gets us bloodline rules. So
For sure.
I feel like somehow this is going to have something to do with that, but I still think Jay gets the win.
Okay. Well, guys, we only have a few minutes left, so we're going to power through this main event match. So I'm going to put both of them together. The two main events of night one and night two. So when you give me your answer, please give me your answers for both of them. Well, we know what we got. We got that huge night one main event, the final boss, and the head of the table going against Seth freaking Rollins and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Dave, start with you. Who you got?
Man,
and remember, we're also going to talk about night two as well.
Yeah. So I'm going to give both. I'm glad you asked them like that. I'm a product of way before the Attitude Era, but, big chunk Attitude Era, right? Love The Rock, right? Not really so much in the ring, but the mic work and everything else, right? But I got to draw the line. I've been a bloodline from the get-go, right? And I'm not going to sway from that. So there's my answer to night two. But night one, I want to see The Rock and Roman Reigns get their ass whooped for one reason and one reason only. Roman Reigns is not getting pinned in that match. The Rock is. That's going to set up for them down the road, right? But because I want it on night two, the one thing that's been the knock on Roman, obviously, besides the lack of title defenses, right, during this reign, is every match has been a bloodline interference. I want him to beat Cody cleanly, so now he's got that to add. Hey, I didn't need them. They need me. So I'm going with Cody and Seth on night one, and then I'm going with my man, the Tribal Chief, on night 2.
Ooh. Rob from Bob Culture Plus, talk to me, man.
I'm gonna go the other way, man. That's a great theory. I could see it happening. I'll work backwards. Oddly enough, I feel like the moment, and there's lots of other points for this. I feel like the moment that The Rock acknowledged Roman Reigns as the tribal chief, I knew that Cody was going to win. I feel like that's gonna play out. If I'm going backwards here, having Cody win at this WrestleMania. First of all, like we say in Philly, if Cody wins, they're going to burn the city down. If Cody loses, they're going to burn the city down. And that is the joke. We've seen the Super Bowl things. All the love to Philly. I kid. That being said, it would be hard to drag this out for another year. Will this be Cody's time? We'll certainly see. I think the smart money's in Cody right now. From a business angle, they were right to bring it out another year. That being said, Roman's kind of fallen in the background to The Rock. We need that Rock Roman match. It's right there. Perhaps The Rock will do some unexpected things in that main event match. That being said, working backwards, I'm going to say in that tag match the night before, I'm going to say that The Rock and Roman Reigns do win to set up the odds, the bloodline rules, like any Triple H booking NXT TakeOver Black and Gold. The odds are against you. Johnny's taking on all of the Undisputed Era at the same time, 4-on-1. He knocks out the other 3. He pins Adam Cole. I'm seeing a similar situation here. Cody gets his moment.
Okay. Big time. What you thinking?
Originally, I was going to say a clean sweep of the bloodline. But now that I think about it, I think Cody is going to win. He's going to get the win night 1. And then Roman Reigns, he really needs a reset. It's been cookie cutter, copy and paste. Bloodline comes out, they help him win, he retains. I think he needs a reset, and it's going to happen at WrestleMania. He's going to win clean on his own. He's going to go on to break Hogan's record.
My
Ooh.
guy,
Let's go.
big time.
Kyle, what you thinking, man? Represent for the knockouts of 3 counts.
Look, all I'm gonna say is anyone that's watched wrestling for any length of time will tell you don't throw out stipulations if you don't plan to use them. Okay. So for that reason alone, night 1 is easy for me. Night 1, I think Cody and Seth are going to lose somehow. And I think it's going to be Seth's fault. And I think that's going to play. If Cody is going to lose, that's going to play into night 2. As far as night 2, I think Cody's going to win. I think Cody needs to win. I think if he loses again after this shit, I feel like you've cut his balls off.
Okay.
But I just stick by what I said. You don't throw out the stipulations without, planning to use them. And with, like we just talked about with the Usos match with Rikishi and, the Samoans, at least whoever's able to be there. And again, like we talked about, you and I talked about in the text, let's not forget about Zilla Fatu or Jacob Fatu, who are both free agents. I'm just saying, I stick by what I said. Sign these boys, please.
Okay. Well, I guess I get to finish it off. Now, I agree with you, Kyle, that the bloodline rules will be in effect in night 2. So I definitely think Rock and Roman will win. And unfortunately, you know what? The American Nightmare, as much as No, David, you said it right. I've been running with the tribal chief for 3 years, and I'm not changing it. So I'm running with the tribal chief. Even though it might not be the right call, I'm running with the tribal chief, man.
Hey.
So are you going to be called the tribal crybaby too?
Hey, the right call ain't always the most popular call. Remember that.
For sure.
And before you get done with this, here's what I think of the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, man.
I'm out.
He's hold up. With that being said, guys, thank you for your time. I want you to shout out your podcast or where they can get a hold of you at right quick. Rob, I know you got to fly, so if you want to go ahead and shout out your platform, and then we'll go down the line.
Zero rush, Whip. Thank you for having me. It's an honor, man. I'm looking forward to seeing your handsome face at Mania. Guys, if you could go over to bcp-plus.com, all our podcasts are up there, including our latest interview with the one and only version 1. Well, the woken one, the broken one, the spoken one, Mr. Matt Hardy. Check that out, guys. Thanks so much.
For sure. David, let them know how they can get a hold of you, baby.
Hey, you can find me all across the socials, either under on X at Show Me State Goon. You can find me on Facebook, David Mitchell Jr. You catch me weekly right now on Facebook Live with Crash the Canvas, coming soon to YouTube and all your other streaming platforms. So check it out. If you have the time, check it out. And as always, hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
For sure. Kyle, talk to him.
What up, Doe? You can check us out at Knockouts and 3 Counts. We've got a heavy WrestleMania week coming with you. I just sat down with AWA legend Greg Gagne, going to be dropping WrestleMania weekend or WrestleMania week on Thursday. We just sat down with the only winner of the Bloodsport tournament that's going to be going on next week, Miss Lindsay Snow, and she didn't come alone with her manager, Ayla Fox, the wife of AR Fox. We've also just had Chris Van Vliet come through there, and you already know we also cover the combat sports side of things. Make sure you check all that stuff out. You can find us at KO3C Pod, Knockouts and 3 Counts on YouTube. And stay tuned. You know, when you see whipping all these guys around, we'll never be too far to find. So until next time, check us out.
My God. Big time. You with me over at the Whip Show, but go ahead and talk to him anyway. Let him know how to get a hold of you, man.
Yeah, as he said, we're going to be on the Whip Show. You'll see more of me. Kind of hard to follow Kyle. You can find me on Rigo Flores on Facebook or over on X, formerly known as Twitter, at the Rigo Flores.
That's what's up, man. Well, guys, thank you for coming on. And guys, thank you for listening. You're listening right here, the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders Podcast, aka The Whip Show on 106.1 FM, WAKT Toledo's community radio station. We'll be back with more in a bit.